now appearing in the building, up in every ear hole from 80-year-olds to the children. You're here to hear about the heroes and the villains, and save yourself some dollars, yen, and euros from the zeros to the millions. This is a lot of class packed into one podcast. They probably ought to have laws passed, but it's too late to stop the onslaught. Raw blast of compacted, bombastic, five-alarm sass. They're talking AVX, way back to Secret Invasion. They're talking flying up high in the sky, down to the feet on the pavement. They're reading the pages of every single one of the summer events. So other than Bendis, you want to be coming to them when you want the Avengers. They're up inside of your environment with flying iron fists, giant-sized Goliaths, and the tiniest super scientists. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest. EMP, literally MP3 TNT. Young, new, mighty, and secretly. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest. EMP, literally MP3 TNT. Young, new, mighty, and secretly. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest.
Welcome to EMBS episode 62, where we shoot the breeze for about an hour. We're recording this episode on the 10th day of April 2025. To get these EMBS episodes as they come out, consider supporting us on Patreon. Patreon.com/EMPcast. For as little as $1 a month, you can help keep the lights on. Patreon subscribers do get other kind of goodies that we send them, all the way up to including custom stuff from Viet, art from friends of the show, some comics sometimes, and just kind of bigger and better things as time goes on. So do us a solid, help us out, support us on patreon.com/EMPcast.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, who's
man.
this?
Yeah, we got Seth back.
Yay!
Hey
It's almost like we like yourself.
I would hope so. If not, this is getting really awkward.
Yeah, we got Seth here. Co-creator of Dalrak the Mighty that you can
thank you.
You can read on Global Comics. Shono has mentioned that you're not very good at promoting.
No, I am not. I am always terrible at promoting. I am really good at talking to you at a show. Like if you show up to the table, I will talk your ear off. I will sell you the book right up there. However, if you put me in a nameless entity, I'm just going to chat around about anything but the comic. It is one of my biggest flaws.
Yeah. Well, that I'm definitely the promo whore of the group.
Well, I'm glad we have you, promo whore.
Oh man. Yeah, like I remember when we first started, like I think I signed up for every like podcast catcher that I could find, like and all that stuff. And we used to promote all over the social medias when that was actually useful and all that good stuff. Oh man. Yeah. But yeah, Seth, what have you been up to?
Oh God. Reading a whole bunch and watching a whole bunch of fun stuff. I'm getting ready for I'm meeting some friends on Saturday this week to play a board game that I'm going to be talking about later because
Cool.
I'm trying to be prepared for these things.
Mm-hmm.
But I am, all in all, just enjoying life as best as I can. How about yourself?
Corin, what you got?
Work has just been new company, new things, new learning, new everything. So work's just been kicking my butt, and kids in school. Well, Nikolai in school, Johnny's out in college. Can't believe his first year of college is almost over.
Oh my God.
Yep. And then because of his AP classes, he's technically a sophomore already. So he's got like 2 years left.
Dang, that's so quick.
Uh,
We told that boy he could grow up.
I know. Should have locked him in the closet more when he was younger. Keep him out of the sun.
Yeah. Oh man, I had a long weekend. I did SC Comic Con this past weekend, and yeah, it was a good time. I guess although very similar to the Captain's Comic Expo. I made a little less than what I made last year, but that's to be expected given the gestures at the world.
Yeah.
um, but it was a good time. Daniel Hooker Art was I was sharing a table with Daniel and my good friend Christine Brunson and her husband were at the table next to us, and yeah, it was a good time. We just mostly stuck to our tables like usual, but I guess a couple interesting things. One of the celebrity guests was the actor that played Mama on Mama's Family.
Hold on. What's her damn name? Vicki Lawrence?
Yeah, Vicki Lawrence was a guest, and because Mama was there, there were people cosplaying as Mama.
Nice.
Look, unironically, I love Mama's Family.
Of
I would
course.
have
Oh, yeah?
been thrilled.
I grew up on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
That-
yeah,
Wasn't she also
like,
Maude?
huh?
She was Maude as well, wasn't she?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it was another sitcom from prior to Mama's Family where she was a waitress that took no shit. So she
Oh,
just
okay.
came out and like, and then there's Maude, and
Yeah.
she would always tell people to go to hell.
Yeah. So yeah, seeing Mama's Family cosplay was just fun to see, and just kind of a random thing that I noticed at this convention, and I don't know why I've never seen it, but like I've been going to conventions for like 10 plus years, right? This was and this I got to see it multiple times at this convention. I've never seen a furry drink water before. Right? Like you would
Does
think
the
they
head
just
come
lift
off?
you would think that they would just lift their mask and drink, right? But no, I saw them like literally just shove a bottle into the mouth of the mask and then they just lean back really like lean their head back in order to drink water.
Look, you got to keep the kayfabe alive.
Yeah, so we were we were on the kind of like on the far end of the convention, like basically there was just our row of tables were the last row, and then it's just a big empty space, and then the celebrities, right? So I guess like people were kind of hanging out, were gathering around there just to get a break from the crowds and stuff. So, so I saw multiple times furries drinking water. So
As you do.
yeah, so that was interesting. I was like, huh. I was just like, I never thought about that. I also got to see like in real time one like a kid opening up one of those stupid mystery boxes.
Oh no!
And watch their look of disappointment as they were opening it, like in real
Excellent.
time. Like you kind of feel bad for them because they probably spent like $40 on that thing
Easily.
And it was like a teenager. It wasn't like a little kid, but I was just like, it's one of those like Simpsons episodes, like see if you pause it right here, you can see where they're right. You can pinpoint right when their
where their heart broke.
Terrible.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that really stood out about the convention. No, yeah. Giancarlo Esposito was there.
Mm-hmm.
Did he come by the booth?
Huh? He did not come by the booth.
Boo.
But he's shorter than I thought he was. That he would be. And yeah, I think that's it. That's or at least maybe some other uh things will come to mind, but those are the things that stood out. But yeah, it was a good show, and yeah, just got it was a long drive back, like a 7 hour drive back, and then yeah, just taking this week, taking it easy this week, and putting away toys and putting them on the shelf and actually dusting because turns out like if you don't do it for a year, it really builds up.
It really
It
piles up.
absolutely builds up.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So I got to do that, and then maybe I'll organize my comics this weekend.
That's an intimidating task for me, Viet.
Yeah. We'll see how things go.
How many boxes do you have to organize? I'm curious.
I have about like 20 long boxes.
Amateur.
Yeah, I know.
I'm currently sitting at 48, and I think maybe 44 of them are not organized.
Looks like we gotta have a slumber party over at
Ooh,
Seth's house.
don't threaten me with a good time.
uh,
All right. I think that's about it. Yeah. What have you guys been getting into this past month?
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh, okay.
That game has pretty much consumed my gaming life at the moment. I don't know if either of you are familiar with the Monster Hunter formula, but it goes like this: kill monsters, make armor, and that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much it. This new one really streamlines the gameplay, whereas you would do a lot of hunting prior, where you would find tracks and all that fun. This one pretty much gets you right into the fight, which has its pros and cons, but I gotta say, I'm loving it. It's a whole lot of fun. Like,
It looks gorgeous.
it is gorgeous, especially with a nice gaming rig. It's smooth. They do have some PC optimization problems, but they've been working through it, and they have recently given a free update that added 2 new monsters into the game within 2 months. No, a month and a half of the game releasing. So I'm actually very thrilled with what they've been doing. I love it. I recommend it to everybody who enjoys a good game.
Yeah, it's like I like the designs, but it's like again, like I don't play video games at all really, but I hang out on Twitch a lot, so I see people. I watch a lot of people play games, and yeah, Monster Hunter. I don't know, like as gorgeous as it is just like I was like, I don't want you to kill them.
Well, you don't always have to. You can
Okay,
capture them.
okay,
Now, you can also mutilate them before that, but to each their own.
yeah, but awesome. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're having fun with it.
Oh, yeah, I'm having a ball. Like I said, I recommend anyone who even has an inkling to it to join in. It's a lot of fun. How about you, Corin? What you got going on?
let's see. Where do I start? Trying to get my notes up. I took my little pen out of my phone and the notes thing didn't pop up. Anyway, what did I do? Who has seen? Hold on. Went to the movies, but I can't remember. All right. Anyway, Devil May Cry. Have you guys seen it yet?
Haven't
The
watched it.
Netflix show. Um, Better than I thought it was gonna be. I honestly I didn't have high hopes for it. It's from the guy Shaknapar. I guess he's kind of behind the whole Castlevania and some of the other stuff on there. But they really took a '90s edge to it with the music and everything. The intro is what's is it? Limp Bizkit, Keep Rolling, Rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I heard they basically, like, what I was told was just, like, they knew their target audience. They just went ham on it.
Oh, they completely did. And as much as I love the games, like I think I stopped at 3. I never beat 4, and then they did a remake and everything. So it was good to come back to the lore. They took a little different twist on it. Um, the whole impetus behind everything is that there's another dimension that's been sealed off from Earth, and that's where the quote unquote demons come from. But they treat them more like refugees. There's different classes of demons, of course. There's good and bad, but then there's refugees that come to our world trying to get away from all the hell that's happening on that side, and the villain is trying to stabilize a portal between the two worlds to bring all his people over here. So, they try to put a little gray area in it. It's entertaining. It's short. It's 8 episodes, and they're like a half hour each. So, I mean, it's like a decent feature length extended movie. 3.5, 4 hours worth of stuff, but worth checking
Okay,
out.
so it was the movie.
And it's broken down into episodes, but it's like 4 hours. You can make it through the whole thing.
And is it like done, or like
they left it
did they
open
leave,
and
like, a cliff? Okay,
no cliffhanger. They did leave
Okay.
certain things open, and of course today they announced that season 2 is coming. So I wouldn't
Of
even be
course.
surprised if season 2 was already done and they just dropped like another 8 episodes this summer. But we will see.
Gotcha. Let's see. Hey, I'll actually plug. I'll talk about a comic book I read.
Ooh.
Yeah. That, I guess, it's still Marvel, but it's not any of the books that we cover. Have you guys read Namor?
No,
I read the
Namor
first
not the new
miniseries?
series.
2 issues, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, the Namor series that just ended, like, I think issue 8 is an 8-issue series.
Mm-hmm.
Written by Jason Aaron and art by Paul Davidson and Alex Lins. Colors by Niraj Menon, and letters by Joe Caramagna. And yeah, it's a good story. In Jason Aaron we trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, it's basically it starts off with Namor in prison, and then he's broken out of prison via Stingray, and basically he's saying that there's basically a war in the ocean of everyone trying to become the next king of Atlantis. And Stingray is telling Namor, is like, yo, you need to get everybody in check, or like, the people of the surface are going to do something about it. and yeah, it's just him going through there's like 7 different tribes of people, and they're all interesting, and then it kind of delves into a lot of Namor's history, as a kid, becoming the new king. There's a little bit of lore with Neptune in there, the whole thing.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's really good.
Who's the
I
heavy in
enjoyed
the
it.
book?
What's that?
Who's the heavy? Like, who's the villain?
Yeah, like, there's not really a villain. It's just Namor trying to make peace with all with these 7 warring tribes. Like, Atuma is in one of the factions, and then there's like some cool, like, monster, like coral monster type people, like from the deep sea. And like, there's technological like, there's a technological faction, there's like an undead faction, and it's just like, it's kind of cool. And I can spoil it if you guys want, but
Nope.
okay.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's cool.
I will definitely get to it eventually. Namor's been getting a lot of love, even from the King in Black. They had a mini series with him about his history when he was younger, and then they had another one, if I'm not mistaken. What event was it around? He's had a few like origin stories, mini series, surprisingly. Um, I could have. Maybe it's this one I'm thinking of then. Um, was this the one where him and the young girl went behind? No. Was this the one where the girl was the leader of like the insurgents, the girl that he was friends with, that he was in love with?
Yes.
Okay, okay, so I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah, so this one, and then yeah, there was another one where it gets into his history a little bit. Him and Atum and another girl were all friends growing up, which I think was a King in Black one. But yeah, man, it's Jason Aaron, so we knew off top it was going to be at least somewhat interesting. And sea
Bare
sharks,
minimum readable.
any
What's
sea
that?
sharks.
Yeah. There's a bunch of sea monsters and stuff.
That's Aaron.
But
right
like
there.
later in the series. This one would probably have been even better if you read it like all at once, I think. Like reading it monthly would made it a little difficult where I was just like I didn't remember what happened in the previous issues kind of thing. But it was but yeah. It's a nice 8 issue mini.
I am definitely going to binge it out to finish it off. I think I stopped around 2 or 3, so good 5 issues to go. Yay.
Yeah.
That's always a nice feeling when you got a stack ready to go and can just read through it.
Yeah. All right, back to you, Seth.
Oh, okay. So are you two familiar with the Criterion Collection?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, they just recently released Godzilla vs. Biollante on there, and I have been grinding it out a couple of times recently. It's one of my favorite Godzilla movies, but it has a cover by Eric Powell. So already I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I needed in my life. The behind-the-scenes features on it are just to die for. You get this whole making of documentary. It's about like 30 to 45 minutes, and they also go over some of the concept art. Are y'all familiar with the story of Godzilla versus Biollante?
Yeah, he's
Uh,
the pollution.
No, that's
No,
Hedorah.
Hedorah.
Biollante was one that a
They use his
scientist used
cells.
his daughter's cells to make a creature that ends up fighting against Godzilla. If you ever saw Little Shop of Horrors, it's essentially Audrey 2 versus Godzilla.
Yes.
And I love it. It's just one of the best costumes for all of Godzilla's or all of the Godzilla films. And it's one of the better stories. It was the second one in the not Showa, what was the second era? Heisei era of Godzilla? Yeah. Heisei. And it man, I'm just so grateful that this finally got re-released because it's been out of print for like a decade. You haven't been able to stream it anywhere, at least in the US. You could find it if you went sailing. But but it's nice to have an official release, and I've been thrilled. Criterion had their 50% off sale recently, so I picked it up and it was like the first thing in my cart. I've just been grinning ear to ear with it, and I'm just so glad it's out.
Is it
love a
dubbed?
good Godzilla movie.
It's only subtitled.
Subtitled. Okay.
Toei is really weird about the dubs when they come to getting re-release now because they're very embarrassed by how they can come off with English speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Japan's weird about that stuff. They don't like to appear not in the know type deal. So only subtitled, but I'm perfectly fine with it.
Have you guys seen ever like poked around the Godzilla like YouTube channel?
A little bit.
Yeah, like like there's like some random kids like puppet show things with Godzilla, and it's all in Japanese and there's no subtitles. But you just got like, if you ever just watch through, you're just like, what in the hell is happening? It's just wild. It's fun to just giggle at, like the Godzilla channel on YouTube it's wild to at least like experience, just to see what's going on that YouTube channel.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, but it's silly. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff on there.
Oh, there absolutely is. Godzilla's always fun, no matter what
Yes.
shape or form.
Exactly.
I got the -1 special edition that has like a whole crap load of bonus stuff on there, and I have yet to crack it open.
I've got that as well. It has both -1 and -1 color.
Yep.
Oh my god. Did y'all see that in theaters?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I did not watch it in theaters, but
did.
I watched it.
Oh,
it was really good.
Shono Sideways and I went to go see that in theater, and it was just us. No one else was in the. No, it was great. I hate that no one else was there, but it was so good.
That's what I mean. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it was really, really good.
So, what you got for us, Corin?
Before we get to Corwin,
mm-hmm.
This is just a fun thing that I bring to every convention. There was this one point where I was being silly, and I asked my friend Christine Brunson to draw a redneck Godzilla, and you know, we can't talk about Godzilla without talking about our OC,
Godzilla,
our Lord and Savior, Godzilla.
I'm a fan,
and he's got cut off overalls and a trucker hat that says Kong Killer.
It is great.
And yeah, so I always make a Godzilla Funko Pop, and I sell it every show.
How can you not? It's such a wonderful original idea when it comes to Godzilla. I don't see how you don't make 10 and sell them all each time at a show.
Only because I don't have enough time.
No, I understand.
But I always make at least one, and I sell it every show.
Nice. You need to make it a 2-pack with a Mothra, where it's a grandmother Mothra.
Yeah, Steen has drawn Mothra.
Oh, really?
Yeah, MAAW.
Excellent. Yes, as it should Mothra. Be, because it's almost a Mamaw, but Mothra.
And she's wearing like Daisy Dukes and everything.
Oh my god! How can Mothra wear Daisy? How many Daisy Dukes are there? Is it like 6 legs? like 3 pairs of cutoffs for Mothra? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll put a link.
Please.
I'll send you guys a link to Christine's work. She does great work. But okay. I'll put it in the shows.
Please.
A link to her store.
Okay. So myself. So I also did go to the movies to see The Woman in the Yard. Wasn't sure what to expect. It was sold as a horror movie, and it does have some supernatural, creepy elements to it. But more than anything, it is a story of a family struggling. The father dies in a car accident, and the mother's kind of her leg is busted up, and she has a young daughter and a teenage son, and they're all in this house that, you know, the husband and her were supposed to be putting together and renovating. And suddenly one day there's just this strange woman dressed in black, covered with a black sheet, just sitting in the yard and staring at them. And then the story just kind of gets weird and crazy from there as they deal with this woman sitting outside and strange things that start happening in the house. It isn't, I wouldn't call it a full-blown horror. There's a bit of a twist to it that comments on some social commentary and things, but I wouldn't want that to be spoiled. It is a nice thriller just to actually see and be surprised by.
Interesting. I've seen the preview of it. I've been very curious about the film because it just, I don't know. I love horror. If it's done well, it is great. And it sounds like this one is done at least decently.
Competently. Yes. Yeah. It's not a full-blown horror like I was expecting, but I was okay with it not being that.
Yeah, I don't. Most of the time, I don't do horror because I'm a big fraidy cat. But
Nah, understandable. It's not for everybody.
No. All right. What you got, Viet?
hold on. I was finding everything. Yeah, I was finding Christine Brenson's links. Let me put it in the show notes for you guys.
Go ahead and do that. I can. What is that other anime? So the anime season started, Seth. I don't know how big of an anime fan you are.
Decently so.
Decently so. Okay. There's a couple new shows out that I'm going to taste. I'm gonna sample the first episodes and then.
What you diving into?
Oh, I don't even know the names off the top of my head. Hold on.
Oh no, I get you because they come out. The only reason why I say decently so is there is far too much anime for me to be well versed. I have a decent knowledge, and I will say, gratefully, One Piece came back this past weekend as of this recording. I still encourage everyone to watch it, but you know, I will spend my time as a missionary when I can.
Sword of the Demon Hunter, which looks to be pretty cool. 2 episodes of that is out, so I'm gonna see where I can catch that. Lazarus came out with the first episode, which
I did see that, or I did see that it was coming out, but I haven't
Lazarus.
watched it.
I am unfamiliar.
It's from the guy that did Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. So
you know what? I don't need anything else. I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally.
It's on Hulu. First episode dropping. They're gonna be weekly, so I think Sundays or Sundays.
Understood.
Yeah, I think it was like Saturday at midnight or something like that, or like it was like, but like on like Adult Swim.
Yes,
but then it was out on
Hulu
afterwards. Yeah,
understandable. Oh,
but you dig it, Corbin?
Yeah, Lazarus definitely. We don't quite know what's going on yet, of course, because they're just kind of still setting up. But the action, I think, is from the dude that did John Wick. Had something to do with the designing the action sequences. So,
oh wow,
you know, the main character so far is very what's it called? You know, when they when they do the urban the jumping, the
parkour.
Yeah, there we go. That's the word. Very parkour-esque with his actions and what he does and how he gets around. So it is interesting. Music so far has been pretty cool. Nothing has completely stood out yet, but I've only watched it once. May need to give it another go. Usually visually, I catch things visually before I even notice that there's music with things. So maybe a second watch through, I may notice the music more.
Have they announced how many episodes it is?
Hold on, let me see. animeschedule.net. Actually, they haven't dropped it here yet. I'll tell you in a little bit.
No worries. I just figured if you knew offhand, I'd ask because I'm already incredibly interested. You said the magic words, Cowboy Bebop, which anyone of our age group is like, oh, I should pay attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you have any inkling of anime liking.
Yeah, and Samurai Champloo.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
And you know, there's one that's pretty underrated, Terror in Resonance.
Okay.
Was another one. I think he did it after Cowboy Bebop, but I don't know if he wrote it or directed, but he had something to do with that one, which was pretty good. So this says 13 episodes for Lazarus.
Sweet.
Yeah, June 29th it ends. So, but yeah, didn't disappoint. Animation is beautiful. Story is pretty intriguing. So it's like in the future, some scientist creates this drug that is it's like a painkiller, and it just completely it's able to deal with pain without any kind of side effects or anything. And of course, people use it recreationally. They find other uses for it, but then the scientist disappears, and then like a few years later, he comes back and he's saying like in the next 30 days, whoever's taking this drug is just going to instantly die, and he makes some kind of political statement about humanity and stuff like that. So now there's somebody trying to put together a task force of people to find him, because that's kind of the challenge. If they can find him before the time limit's up, he can help reverse whatever this drug is going to do. So majority of humanity is going to die off, if not all of them. So they have to find
cheerful. Gotcha.
him. So
yeah, sounds like a very uplifting tale.
The first episode, whoever's putting this team together visits this one dude in jail, and they're trying to recruit him, and that's kind of how the first episode goes. But it was cool. Nicola and I watched it together. He enjoyed it.
Nice. Oh, well, speaking of anime, Corwin, have you watched Pluto?
Oh God, Pluto is fantastic.
I am just now watching it. I've read the manga, actually on Shono's recommendation. It opened up the world of the mangaka Naoki Urasawa, but I'm just now getting to the anime. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good.
And I never finished Urasawa's Monster. I got to like 50 something, and there's 75 episodes, and I never quite finished it. But got to go back for that.
Monster's so good. He's got another book out right now called Asadora. Have either of you heard of it?
I have not. Did he finish 20th Century Boys?
Yeah, 20th Century Boys finished off. It's also got a 21st Century Boys that kind of is like the coda. It's really good. But Asadora is his current project, and it's going back to kaiju stuff. This young woman, Asadora, is kind of the key to defeating a large kaiju that is stomping around every now and again. It's taking place throughout decades. It isn't just, an hour and a half type situation where Godzilla shows up and then is gone. There's a hurricane that shows up, it kills her entire family, and she sees that the hurricane is actually this kaiju, and the government's trying to keep it hush-hush. So now suddenly she's one of the only people that actually knows what's going on with it, and she's trying to help as best she can. Oh my God. Urasawa's mangas are just always so good. It doesn't matter what he puts out, I'm going to read it. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was supposed to read 20th Century Boys, and I never did. But I love his stuff. And if you pay attention to Pluto, he does drop little character names and hints from Monster in there, which I thought was cool.
Oh yeah, when I think it was episode 1, the doctor that shows up that tells the kid that he's going to be blind, right? That is the doctor from Monster. Which that moment it showed up, I'm like, oh my God. Is this the guy who's flirting with me? This is wonderful.
How do you spell Asadora?
Asadora. And it's literally coming out as we speak. Volume 8 is the most recent that has come out. And it is a delight. It doesn't come out frequently. I've seen them probably like once every 6 months, but every time it is in my box, I am just smiling ear to ear. And once again, it's Naoki Urasawa. You're getting a good book.
Yeah. I mean, between Pluto and Monster, it was just like, okay, yes, this is the person to pay attention to.
Have you seen his show, Man Ben?
I never heard of it.
Okay. So Naoki Urasawa goes around Japan interviewing mangakas and finding out how they do their process and all that fun. It is a creator's dream. It is so intriguing. Like he goes with Junji Ito one time. They're sitting there in Junji Ito's studio. They talk about the creative process. It is fascinating.
Yeah, Junji Ito, he's oof.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of nightmares he has, but don't want him.
I actually think he doesn't have any. I think he puts them all on the paper and he never has them.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you see him, he's like a regular dude, and like
Yeah, he's cheerful
he's just
even.
like he's a cat guy. Yeah.
Oh, Junji Ito's Cat Diary is so good. I love that book. If you've never read it, he goes through, there's a cat with a skull on its back and its fur, and you're like, surely, a cat cannot look like this. There are photos of that cat, and by God, it has a skull on its back. You're like, oh
Yeah,
my
he
God.
draws nightmares, but he's just like a regular dude.
Yeah. Very pleasant, very nice guy. He seems happy as hell. I would hope so, because, yeah, he's drawn some pretty twisted stuff. And if he isn't happy, dear Lord.
I just think of like Stephen King, where his nightmares are the stuff that he writes, supposedly.
Well, he talks about that in On Writing a little bit. He also mentioned how much cocaine he did. So, nightmares, cocaine. It's like a 75-25 split. Like, at the bare minimum. Because, like, okay, we're talking about the nature of fear and everything, right? And it's, okay, as children, you're scared of werewolves and stuff like that because it's a very easy fear to name. When you're an adult, you're scared of not paying the mortgage. So it's a little bit more complex. But then you have this child orgy that happens. And I think that's where the cocaine took hold.
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason I didn't let my son read when he was little. At like 12 or something. I was like,
Yeah, but fair.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Unironically, I do
Cocaine
enjoy
is a bad
Stephen
drug.
King's writing too. I think he's fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. So Acidora.
Yeah, Acidora. I can't recommend it highly enough. I mean, I'm also going to say, Corwin, go back, read 20th Century Boys, read Monster, or finish Monster, because dear Lord, the man is a genius. In the way that people laud Alan Moore for American comics, and I think he does deserve some of that. He doesn't deserve all the hype he gets, but that's not a conversation. Well, it could be for later. Anyways, he really takes the form of manga and pushes it to logical conclusions that make it very entertaining, and I want more.
Okay.
All right. I didn't really consume that much more media, but I guess what I could do is if you lean progressive in regards to politics, if you're a left leaning person,
I might.
I recommend the Majority Report.
The Majority Report?
Yeah, it's a YouTube, or they have, it's a podcast, YouTube. You you may recognize Sam Cedar. He's the main host of the show. You may have recognized his voice if you watch Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
He's the health. He does the voice of the health inspector.
I saw
because because he used to be an old. He used to do comedy like with the old alt comics. Like your Patton Oswalt's, your Ginny Garofalo's, and stuff like that, and like Andy Kindler, like those guys. And so he's like friends with them, and like even H. John Benjamin, the guy that does the voice for Bob in Bob's Burgers, he does the intro to their show. He voices in the show, but it's a good. They do like a 2.5 hour show like weekdays, and you know, where they spend time where they talk to like experts, and then they even take phone calls and all kinds of stuff. But it's a good one for getting your information from a left leaning point of view, which you don't get a whole lot of that, even with your NPRs and your you know, in even like the quote unquote, like like leftist socialist communist party, as the right would say, like MSNBC and CNN are. They aren't.
No.
They're not at all. So if you wanna check those out, I recommend.
I actually saw his episode of, I think it's called Surrounded. I know the channel isn't the most
Yeah, the
popular.
Jubilee thing.
Yeah,
Oh God,
that was really good.
It was good, but it was frustrating.
I can't watch too many of those in a row because I end up yelling at whatever I'm listening to it on. Because sometimes you're just like, no, you have no purpose being in this conversation. You have no idea what you're talking about. Please step away.
Yeah, I mean, and like I one of my, I guess, like less informed friends watched that, and they're just like, he didn't seem very good at debating. And I was like, eh. But then, like, I watched that, and I just saw how, just like, I think he was just more dumbfounded, like just kind of shocked at how stupid the argument.
Well, sometimes it was stupid. There was that one woman who openly said, yes, we need to be a Christian nationalist country. What's wrong with being Zionist is a quote from her. Yeah. And he even said, I think you're making my argument for me.
Yeah. And there was one where just like government agencies are woke for tax cuts.
And he's like, no, they don't have tax cuts. They don't pay taxes.
And like they don't, like, government agencies don't pay taxes.
They're paid
like they get funded by the government. And he's like, no, that's not how it is. And it was so dumb. Right wing people online were thinking that he was the liberal or
yeah,
he was the progressive one. So yeah, I enjoy the Majority Report.
All right, I'll have to give it a listen.
All right, you can do one more round, maybe.
Yeah.
Either of you board game guys?
Not really.
Only select things.
Only select things?
Yeah, I mean Marvel United, obviously.
Yeah. What? No, not you.
Yeah. Marvel United, like pretty much Marvel games. I play Legendary Marvel.
Nice.
Like the deck building game.
I really like that deck builder. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But this weekend I'm meeting with a couple of friends, and we're going to play Twilight Imperium. The best way I know how to describe this game is Global Politics, the board game. Not global, sorry. Universal Politics, the board game. Everyone plays as a different race from different planets, and you're all trying to control Mechatol Rex, the planet in the center of everything. It takes about 8 to 10 hours.
Jeez.
Oh, geez.
So you don't play the game often. We literally play about like once every 6 months. I am looking forward to it. The tech tree is a trap, listeners. If you are players yourselves, never go to it. But I'm just really looking forward to it. I love a good board game. This one is incredibly intense. The rule book is cumbersome at kindest. There are
kindest.
there are more than a few YouTube channels that have like the quick play rules, right? And it's like a 30 to 40 minute video.
Oh no.
Like this is a board game for perverts, and I am a board game pervert, so this all works out for me. But I mean, I'm telling you, like One Piece, if you're willing to dedicate the time to it, it's a whole lot of fun.
I'm starting to notice a trend with
Look,
you.
I appreciate things that know what they're about and expect you to get along on the journey. I'm fine with that. That's all.
Twilight Imperium.
Imperium. A lot of
And
fun.
speaking of Marvel United,
Mhm.
I'm up to 244 minis painted.
Out of,
355.
I mean, you're making progress.
I'm one away from the from from 69% done.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I expect a post saying as such when you are.
Oh, for sure. Um but yeah, that's, and then my friend has been, my friend gave me a bunch of all of her Frosthaven
Ooh.
minis to paint for her, and those designs are really cool.
I
So
think
So
that's
I'm slowly
that's another
working my
board
way
game.
painting those.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think the mini space has been getting a whole lot of competition recently, and I'm kind of okay with it. I love good looking minis. Makes it all the better.
yeah. And then I don't know. I think I like it's even better when they're painted.
Yes. Oh no, absolutely. Part of it's because it just looks nice, but also if you're painting the minis, you kind of get to make your own little details that only you notice, right?
Hmm.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, I pretty much only play Marvel United whenever I hang out with Corin for the most part.
Hey,
Yeah.
as long as you got a group that plays it, it's all that matters.
Yeah, I think there's a version of Marvel United on Tabletop Simulator.
Yes,
Oh,
there
is
is.
there? Oh no.
Yeah, and what's it called? And there is one for Legendary Marvel too.
Crap.
We should get a game going.
Oh, I wouldn't say no to that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
You know me. I'm down.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm doing.
Last round, I
I'm
guess. Or
doing.
you or yeah, Seth already went, so
Yeah.
you up.
I'm the one. I'm the one who said one more round, and I don't even know what I have. Let me see if I wrote anything in my notes. EMBS. All right. Talked about solo leveling already. Um,
Still need to watch that.
It's so
oh,
good, be it. Oh my
I know.
Nikolai. Nikolai just started, and he's completely hooked.
I finished season 2. I am now reading the manhwa. I need to know.
You need to know.
I need to know. It's not a want anymore. Want is childish. I need it.
All right. I know I should have had something else here, but let's stick with anime then to finish us out. Um, so here is something of a weird, not even weird, little guilty pleasure of mine. It's called Unnamed Memory. And at the heart of it, it's actually just a romance story. It begins with a prince who goes to a tower to see a witch who is supposed to grant your wish or help you if you can make it, through the tower or whatever. We come to find out that his bloodline is cursed and um, they have problems bearing children. And he's trying to get this curse lifted and he wants his witch to help him. So he has to go through, this little trial. So she agrees to help him. She wants to, she needs to spend like 6 months with him to help figure out how to get this curse off. And during that time, like very early on, he's fallen for her and he's just always respectfully trying to gain her attention and make advances on her. And eventually, through it all, she does fall for him too. And the end of the first season just completely. Actually, I won't spoil it, but let's just say when the second season comes around, it's a new challenge for them, and they're eventually going to get together. But it's always a will, not even will they, won't they thing, but how are they going to do this? How is this going to work? How are they going to find each other again? Um, Guilty pleasure. It's not really my kind of thing that I usually go into, but he's this big swordsman. She's a sorceress. They have other demons and other things that they have to fight. Politics, keeping their countries alive and from being invaded and dealing with other witches. So there's a lot of drama behind the scenes, but Guilty pleasure. I find it really entertaining.
You said guilty pleasure way too much. Enjoy your life, man. If you like it, you like it. I love ABBA. It's not a guilty pleasure anymore. I'm about it. So love your romance books. So
Yes.
Yeah. In the world that we live in 2025, this we can just throw shame.
Oh yeah, shame's
Out
gone.
the window.
Yeah, that does not exist anymore in my household because
Yeah.
the world.
All right. I think the only other thing I have is I'm up to date with Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, I haven't watched this week's episode, but I'm considering holding out until next week to finish. It's done next week, right?
I don't know. I'm guessing usually they go about like 10 episodes.
I actually haven't even started the thing, and I love Daredevil.
Yeah, it's been solid.
Yeah, I've heard. I need to sit down and watch it. I've been too concerned with solo leveling though. It's been the driving force recently.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, there's just too much. There's just too much.
There's too much media
stuff to consume.
But sometimes that's a good problem to have. It's wonderful to have a full library, especially if you haven't read all the books.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the fact that this season has definitely so far been more the lawyer than the vigilante.
Good. I love Matt when he's in the courtroom. That's always a great story.
Yeah, and I don't know. I love a good like vigilante, but doesn't want to do it anymore, but kind of forced into it.
Yeah.
Love one of those kinds of stories, and and then when they do fight, it's just like it's so raw and gnarly,
Matt has rage issues.
Yeah, like if you if you think that they they watered it down because it's Disney. If anybody was worried about that, you don't have to worry.
Oh no, all kind of F-bombs and other stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah. They just went, oh yeah.
We know what sells here. Fucking Matt Murdock.
So, yeah, exactly. So yeah, they go hard.
Yeah, and his new girlfriend is quite nice too.
Matt gets more tail than anyone else in the Marvel universe. I swear to God.
Yeah. There's even a part where just like where Foggy's like, how do you know they're hot?
Excellent.
Like, how do you even know they're hot? But yeah, it's good. Yeah. I think they just episode 8 just released this week. So
let's see, Daredevil.
So that comes out on Tuesdays. Tuesday night at like 9 or so.
Ooh, this says 9 episodes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so there's only one more episode.
Left.
Yeah, I might wait till next week and just watch them all. The last 2.
At this point, I think I could sit here and just watch one a day and catch up by the time it gets all done. So I have no wait and have a great show.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Last of Us comes out on Sunday. Season 2 starts.
That's another one. I never watched season 1. Played the game.
Oh my! Well, then you know it. You know just about everything. Then
okay. Like when the Last of Us came out, it was great game.
Oh, love it.
But they really delved into like backstories on the side characters.
Yeah, so. don't say nothing. Let them let them stumble into that one.
All right.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get more specific.
That was a welcome surprise.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. It's very sad and depressing.
I can imagine,
but beautiful,
as it should be.
Yeah, like be prepared to you played the game, so like You know, sometimes you're not in the mood for dystopian future.
Oh no, there's a reason why I haven't watched season 1 yet. It wasn't just because I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'd welcome that right now. That might be
Exactly. Season 2 coming out now seems to be a choice. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Usually these type of shows and things like that are just like, usually like, hey, this is what could happen, so maybe don't do it. And meanwhile, the people that have money and power are just like, yo, that's a good idea.
I can't believe we didn't think of that beforehand.
Are we going to talk about this whole direwolf thing where they've spliced direwolf genes into wolves?
A gray wolf? Yeah.
Into a gray wolf, exactly. It is a gray wolf.
Yeah. Like everyone was just like, "Yo, we got dire wolves! Hell yeah, we got dire wolves!" And then all the scientists had to come in and be like, "Actually,
if you guys would pay attention, you would see."
Yeah. But I mean that's cool on the scientists, like for them to be able to do that. That's pretty neat.
It's like they never watched Jurassic Park.
Well, I don't think dire wolves are gonna, run amok the country or, Isla Nublar. I don't think that's happening. But it is the short steps to cloning, isn't it? See, Michael Crichton died before all this became real. So he was just trying to warn us. He was a time traveler,
Yeah, again, right? Everyone's just like, I was like, hey, all these stories, so like, you're supposed to like learn from it.
Oh no! Why would we learn from it? I just want to be entertained by it.
Yeah.
Let me forget about life for a while. I don't care if this is trying to show me a message. Did you ever see that movie, Remember the Titans? Boy, they could play football really well. I think that was the point of that entire story.
Yeah. Nothing.
There was nothing deeper than that. It was just high school boys playing
Yeah.
football. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Pure vanilla.
Yeah.
And let me tell you about my non-political comic I love the most, The X-Men. Purely an allegory for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't an allegory for anything.
No, never. Never, not once. Doesn't matter if it came out, during the Civil Rights Movement. Who cares? Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like Captain America.
Oh, yeah. Most certainly did not show up punching a Nazi on issue 1. Issue 3, they bombed Pearl Harbor before we got bombed. But never were they political.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
It's not like Superman in his first 8-page appearance, dropped off war profiteers at Congress. That didn't happen. Wait a minute. Totally did.
Yeah.
8 pages of comics able to still punish war profiteering. Isn't that interesting?
All right, let's get up out of here. We've had a good night with some good coverage. Seth, I want to thank you again for joining us. I think we may have to make a habit out of this.
I really appreciate y'all having me. And if you'd like to make a habit, I'd be willing to make one too.
Indeed. So thank you, listeners, for everybody who will be hearing this on May 10th. Thank you for subscribing to Patreon, patreon.com/EMPcast. And everybody else, we will see you 30 days after that. Anything else you guys want to plug before we get out of here?
Dalrek the Mighty, as I am told I am not that great at plugging things. However, if you have not heard about Dalrek the Mighty, available at Global Comics by the great Shono and Seth Talley, it is about a office worker that becomes Conan the Barbarian, and he is named Dalrek the Mighty. And at Global Comics, I would like to say that.
Well, there you go. I'm at Comedian Viet on all the social medias, and I do a Twitch stream 3 times a week where I'm painting the many Marvel United minis and working on and 3D modeling and doing all kinds of stuff.
Indeed. All right, and with that done, we will see you guys next month.
here to hear
Bye-bye.
about the heroes and the villains, and save yourself some dollars, yen, and euros from the zeros to the millions. This is a lot of class packed into one podcast. They probably ought to have laws passed, but it's too late to stop the onslaught. Raw blast of compacted, bombastic, five-alarm sass. They're talking AVX, way back to Secret Invasion. They're talking flying up high in the sky, down to the feet on the pavement. They're reading the pages of every single one of the summer events. So other than Bendis, you want to be coming to them when you want the Avengers. They're up inside of your environment with flying iron fists, giant-sized Goliaths, and the tiniest super scientists. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest. EMP, literally MP3 TNT. Young, new, mighty, and secretly. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest. EMP, literally MP3 TNT. Young, new, mighty, and secretly. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest.